Sometimes it helps, and sometimes it doesn't. So we have to be conscious as we're offering it. How is the person receiving it? Is it in harmony with their needs? Sometimes that touch is more important than any words. Sometimes, but I want to make sure when I touch, it isn't, there, you'll feel better. See, it's not to do that. It's just another way of saying, I'm with your feelings and needs. I'm with you. I'm with you. You've made it so obvious, I don't think I need to say anything, but I'm with you. You're aware of how important this whole thing.
Soon to be ex-husband. I don't have
any we're just engaged in, of course, a depth conversation. and of course, feelings. We can all relate to our feelings. And that's something that Mary is so good at helping us with when they're negative feelings. You can clear them out. And well, you feel this way because, gee, what are you thinking? Those judgmental thoughts of yourself, of someone else, whatever it may be. So, gosh, Mary, please tell us more about your vision and your work. And
okay, I'd love to. So, what's happened in our world is everyone blames outside of themselves. Here's going to be a revolutionary, radical statement. No one can make you feel any way. No one. We make ourselves feel this way. Now, that said, because that's radical, most people are like, no, you made me feel this way. You did this to me.
Yeah, your fault.
Your fault. Blame and shame. Blame and shame. Here's really what you want to do. And this is where my work comes in. You want to look at whatever they're doing. You want to look at how it makes you feel. And you start with there. Okay, what you just did, I made myself feel angry. Okay, I'm angry. Do I like to feel angry? Now, please, don't go into justifying. But I had to feel angry because what you did is wrong. Oh, please stop. Please. It doesn't get anywhere. You start with yourself and you say, do I like feeling angry? Do I like being around other people that are angry? Because you know what? If you don't like being around other people that are angry, guess what? You don't like being angry. And it doesn't get you anywhere.
And anger, we know, is your stinky thinking.
Ooh, and add on to that, it can cause ulcers, high blood pressure, strokes, heart attacks, diabetes, you name it. Just anger. Let's add all the other stuff on top of it, jealousy, hatred, blah, blah, blah. So, you look at yourself and you determine, I don't want to live this way any longer. Remember my story? That's what I said. I don't want to live this way any longer. It doesn't make me feel good. If you can start with that, and you have to be honest, you have to be able to look in the mirror and say, this is how I'm feeling. Now, if you don't want to feel that way, see somebody like me, because we'll get rid of it.
Exactly.
You get rid of it.
I didn't even realize it was a possibility until actually I met you and experienced your work. And I was like on cloud 9 thinking, whoa, I'm so full of life again. And, you know, the past is the past. And gee, these stories that I was telling myself about other issues were, whoa, it was just, so light in my spirit. And yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Very encouraging, very healthy, and stress-free.
Exactly. And you physically feel lighter.
Yes.
I had a client, she called me up, I think it was about a month and a half after her session, and she said, Mary, I lost 40 pounds. 40, 40, not 4, 40. Because all the stuff that was stuffing food in her face, and all the stuff that was keeping the weight packed on, which is our emotions, and the stinky thinking, that keeps weight on physically. We cleared that out, and oh my God, the weight dropped off.
And the energy boomerangs.
Yeah, you feel young again. You feel good. So, yes, that is where you start. If you don't like how you're feeling, and I don't mean, oh, let me take an antidepressant. I'll be fine. I'm fine. I got this handled. Or I'm just going to have a little drink. I'm fine. I'm just going to take the edge off. Or let me just have a joint. Let me have a puff. No. If you want to do that recreationally because it brings me, I get enjoyment out of it, that's one thing. But I'm talking about, let's be honest with yourself. Are you using this as a way of taking the edge off? I'm really hurt, so let me grab for that drink so that I don't feel it so much.
There you go.
Or, oh my God, my uncle abused me when I was a kid, and I can't get this out of the background, and so let's just pretend it's not there, and let's take a drink, or let's whatever. That's what you don't need to do anymore. And if you want to have a drink, you do it because it's fun and it's social.
Right. But you're not needy of something trying to numb your senses so that you don't have to, you can block it.
Exactly. Yeah. So physical ailments, people, are based off of all the things you've gone through first. I was just at a Super Bowl party, a couple weeks ago, and I met this woman, and we were talking about what I did, and she said, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had breast cancer. The doctor put the x-rays or whatever, up on the screen for me to see, and I immediately went, that's my divorce.
Oh my gosh.
And that's 100% correct.
Yes.
100% correct. All of our ailments stem from things that went wrong first. So in my world, here's the woo-woo-y statement. The crazier part is that we are all surrounded by an energy field, and when we go through something painful, it damages it, it cuts it like a knife. It's an imprint. It leaves its mark. That mark, that imprint, that cut, is your emotional response to the situation. Now, what happened is the heavy energy that contacted it and cut it up, that's still sitting in there. And that's why in my case, I told you my story, I was attracting every man that was like my dad.
Yeah.
He could put my different face, same personality, treated me the same in the end. And I'd go, but I said I'm never going to date my dad. I was leaving that behind when I left for college. Wrong. Wrong. My wounding pulled it back in, so it gave me the opportunity to clean this out. And then my relationship with my dad was what I always wanted it to be.
Oh, I love it.
That's what's waiting for you.
There you go. And so all of those losses can turn around and be a gain and a connection.
Absolutely. Have that deep connection with your partner. Enjoy your boss. They might be a little cranky. So what? Just let it roll off of you. Or if it's really your time to go, that opportunity for the next job will open up effortlessly.
So that internal pain is such a joy that you can release it with people, whatever it may be, on whatever level.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And also what I enjoy is what you have going in the future.
Let me share that with you, because I'm so excited. So many people heard of the Mayan calendar in 2012. Ooh, the end of the world was coming. That was not what the Mayans said. They looked at the people that said that and went, where did you come up with that crazy story? Because that's not what we believe. The end of their calendar meant there's a new calendar starting. It was an astrological configuration where more energy was coming through this lineup. It was like there was a black hole in the Milky Way galaxy that lined up with the sun, that lined up with the Earth, that lined up with other planets. It was this huge lineup. And there was more energy that was coming down and hitting the sun, where all these solar flares are going off, which then these solar flares are sending energy toward our Earth, along with these charged particles that were coming through and setting all of this off. So what it was doing, what the Mayans said, is that this was going to be the time on the planet when this happened, so that we were going to be the people we really are. They said, we couldn't even call people human until this happened. And this was such a significant event. In Chichen Itza, there is a huge step pyramid that I gotta stop and think, I believe it's the spring equinox. The shadow that hits it is like a serpent that's going down, and they call this the return of Quetzalcoatl. It's only around for 300 years. When they built it, it wasn't even doing that. It was built 300 years